In this video, we're going to look at producing a Yellow Pages telephone directory using CatBase and Adobe InDesign. Now, this example can be found in the standard demo database that comes when you download the trial version of CatBase, so you could try it for yourself. So we've gone to the directory project, and in this project we've got both the White Pages example and the Yellow Pages example. So for this video we're just going to look at the Yellow Pages. Now we've got various information for each listing. We've got obviously the company name, the ad size if they're going to have an ad, a display ad, the main category that they're listed under, the city, the telephone number, and website and various other items. Let's look at a particular record. Let's look at Blues Gym. So under Blues Gym, here are the details: company name, address, and so on. Categories that it's in. It's only in one category, but each one can be in multiple categories. Now these fields that you see on the screen here, these are all completely user definable. So if you want to add another field for some other kind of information you want to store, or if you want to change the names of the fields, or get rid of fields that you're not using, you have complete control over that, and that's covered in a separate tutorial. Now for this particular listing, you can see that the entry style is plain, so the basic listing information is just going to be set in plain text, a plain style. They've got an ad size selected at 1/4 of a page ad, but the problem is there's no artwork specified. So let's rectify that. If I right click in this field and I choose select picture, now I'll find my collection of images which are all in this folder, and I'm going to pick the one called Gym, and there we go. Now to simplify this, I'm just going to keep the name of the actual image in there, not the whole path name, and you'll see how that all works in a minute. And once I've got that, if I want to preview it, I can again right click on that and choose preview picture, and there's a preview of that ad. Alright, now let's get to the fun part, which is publishing our directory. Let's just close this one. Now to produce the actual publications, you set up publishing style sheets. Now you can have any number of different publishing style sheets, so you can publish the data in lots of different ways. We're going to look at our Yellow Pages example here. I won't go into a lot of detail about how this works, but a quick overview. Basically you organize your publication into paragraphs, and then you tell CatBase what's going to go into each paragraph and how each paragraph is going to be styled when it's published. So for example, we're going to start each listing with the name of the company. If I double click on that, we can see that the style sheet that's going to be applied to that is plain listing. And if we open this, we can see what's going into that paragraph, the company name field, and then we've got a couple of rules. Now these rules are going to determine if the name, the company name, is going to be published in a different style. So let's look at this one, for example. So this rule says if the entry style is bold, then we're going to change the style for that paragraph to listing bold. So instead of being set in the plain listing style, it's going to be set in a bold style. It's as simple as that. So then we have more paragraphs. We've got the address and phone line, the website address, and then a paragraph for each of the various ad sizes. Now there are lots of other options available on the publishing style sheets. We'll just look at a couple of them quickly. First of all, let's go to Preferences and Images, and this is where we tell CatBase where to find the images that are going to go into the publication, for example the display ads. So in this case they're in a folder called Images, and this image folder is going to be located in the same location as our database. So CatBase knows, because of the way the path name is set up, that it's going to look in the folder where the database is for the images. And let's have a quick look at the category settings. So here we're going to say, okay, we've got 2 levels of categories in this database, and we're going to publish both levels. And this is where we say how those category headings are going to be styled. Now finally, we've set up a publishing project to make the production of our directory really quick and simple. So let's go to publishing. Oh, yeah, we'll save that. And publishing projects. So let's look at this project, Yellow Pages to InDesign with X tags. So for this project, we're saying, right, let's have a look at this step here. So we're going to publish all the categories in one go, because this is not a very big example. We're going to be using the publishing style Yellow Pages, that's the one we were just looking at. And our publishing destination is InDesign with X tags. So that's Adobe InDesign with the X tags extension or plugin for InDesign, which makes it possible to automatically pull in the display ads. So once we've got all this set up, let's take that. When we're ready to actually produce our publication, all we have to do is come to the publishing project page and click Publish Now. And in a flash, CatBase has created the publication file. So let's now import that data that we just published into our InDesign template. So go to InDesign, there's our template. I'll go to the File menu and choose Import Text with X tags. Now, if you don't see this option in your copy of InDesign, then that means you don't have the X tags plugin installed. So you'll need that in order to do this. So that's the file we just created, all categories. And there we go. There is our Yellow Pages. Let's move this a bit. Okay. So here's our ad for the gym, and I'm just going to, oops, got the wrong one. Just going to place that. I'll just move it up so it's on the corner of the page like that. It's actually not quite the right size, so I'll just change that. Now let's look at these listings here. So here's a plain listing, and it's just got the basic information in a plain text style. Now here are a couple of entries where a different text listing style has been selected, and in this case they've got a rule above and below the listing to separate it out, make it stand out from the others. Now if I go to the next page, so here we've got a number of inline ads. So these are little ads that are small enough to fit within the columns, and they're inline because if I change the text, if we add some more text, let's say for example here, blah blah blah, those ads will all stay in the same position relative to the text that they belong to. So we've got inline ads and we've got static ads, and that's something you control in CatBase when you're setting up your publishing styles. And finally, let's have a quick look at the category headings. So we can see here that the running header at the top of the page has automatically updated itself. So on the first page we've got accommodation, that's the main heading, and then we've got subheadings, B&Bs and hotels. Then on the second page the main heading is automotive, so that's been put in the running header, and third page we've got restaurants. So there we go, that's a brief overview of producing Yellow Pages directory using CatBase and InDesign. There's lots more you can do with it, but we haven't gone into that today because we wanted to keep this fairly short. But please feel free to get in touch with us if you'd like more information, or of course you can get the trial version of CatBase and try it for yourself, completely free. Thanks for watching my video.